Welcome to the Startup Grind.
Then we meet.
Okay, so we meet. Yeah, so we meet, and what am I presenting? I might present, like, when you see successful. So if I'm doing a good job, am I presenting a beta? Am I presenting a launch product with metrics? Am I presenting a business plan? I'm assuming not, but tell me what I'm presenting that might catch your eye.
So you got there because a what you're proposing to do is sort of one of the main themes or something that is sort of intriguing to us.
Yeah.
And so we'll take the meeting and say, and sometimes we'll take a half an hour meeting or half an hour phone call because it sounds interesting, but we're not sure, and we don't want to waste your time, and we sort of don't want to spend time on something that we don't think is sort of squarely in our sort of focus. So if you look at our website, softtechvc.com, two T's, you'll see that there is a pretty clear sort of set of buckets that we invest in, and you're welcome to sort of send something to us which is not exactly the kind of thing we do, because there's this others in the buckets. That means that we'll look at sometimes things which aren't sort of core to us. But if you have something in the mobile services economy, if you have something in vertical SaaS, if you have something in e-commerce, except deals, we don't do daily deals anymore. We'll sort of be happy to take a look. And if you're here, it means that whatever you pitched us was interesting. Typically, the people come to us with, I would say, an advanced prototype of the service with a minimum level of customer development which has been done. So they might not be launched yet, but they've done enough sort of research with a pool of early consumers, customers, users, to sort of help us understand how the product's going to be used potentially at scale. And then we'll want to understand. So we think about three things: team, product, and market opportunity. We call that, I made up the name, the 3 S's rule, if ever you've heard that, which is basically a smart-ass team building a kick-ass product in a big-ass market. And that's the secret of venture capital. If you understand that, you've understood everything. And so team is the one thing that is the most important, obviously, but not enough to us. We still want to see the product and how differentiated it is, and why you have sort of this passion for this kind of potential opportunity. And then, are you building, and this is really important to us these days, are you building a real company? Are you building something that will get to eventually, $50, $100 million in revenue? We're not asking for you to prove the revenue model early on, but we need to know that this is something that can actually, at some point, become a real business. Because traction-based businesses can be lucky, but we'd rather do something around transaction, subscription, and so on and so forth. That's what we're most comfortable with.
If you're standing in the back, you can come stand along here. You're welcome to come sit in the front as well.
So that's the first meeting.
Yeah, so that's the first meeting. So one question on that is with the consumer. Yeah, so this last point that you mentioned, at that very basic level, even if I'm a consumer web product or business, you still expect me, or do you still expect me to have some level of monetization figured out, some level of revenue, or how I'm going to do that? I mean, how specific would I need to get on something like that if I'm coming in and presenting?
We'll spend more time on your customer acquisition strategy and what you've sort of tried or proven in terms of getting users to come and visit, and the cost of that. So doing very basic landing pages, using AdWords or Facebook ads, and so on and so forth. Things which are completely easy and things that we expect you to actually have done. In terms of the business model, if we see that this is a freemium model, if this is a sub model, there's a bunch of proven sort of techniques to monetize. And so if you say this is what we plan to use and this is how we sort of have validated that people would be willing to pay for something, and we tried this landing page and people said yes, 5% or 3% or 7%, we understand that you understand what it takes to actually go through that monetization journey. If we ask, have you tried to do some cohort analysis to see how your 2 or 3 or 4 cohorts will actually potentially improve in terms of conversion, and you say, cohorts, what is that? then you just shoot yourself in the foot. So it's much more figuring out that you have understood the basic mechanics of user life cycle, then that we'll want to sort of spend time on. The monetization is obviously great if you have it, but we'll spend less time if we think that this is a model that we've proven in the past. I mean, we've done 110 investments in the past 7 years, so we've tried a few things that worked and many that absolutely didn't work. And so, I had that case 2 days ago where someone said, oh, we found that amazing opportunity that no one has thought of. We're going to help the browser extension market to monetize because they don't, and we found the way to actually make it happen. And I said, many have tried and they failed. It just doesn't work. That's why you don't see it happening. And the guy was like, oops. And so that's sort of we don't know better ever. We just have screwed up so many times that we just use that memory to analyze all the new opportunities.